working on the General Livestock Corporation assembly line, putting udders on cows, the American car was a source of intellectual stimulation. Think of the innovation, the invention, the sheer genius that transformed the 1908 Model T Ford into the 1968 Shelby Cobra GT 500 in the course of a single human lifetime full of speeding tickets. Compare this to progress in the previously fashionable mode of human transportation. Equine design and production have remained much the same for 3,000 years. And when it came to creativity, nobody thought to put a stirrup on a saddle until about 500 AD. If the engineering development of the automobile had proceeded at that pace, we'd be powering ourselves down the road by running with our feet stuck through a hole in the floor, like Fred Flintstone, although it may come to that in the 2010 Obama-mobile. And upon the fine arts, the American car has had a welcome effect. The minute the house lights dim for a symphony, opera, or play, we can run out, start the car, and effect a welcome escape. The saga of the American car is no abstract matter to me, no subject of fanciful theories. Nancy Pelosi and Harry Reid may think they were transported home from the maternity ward on pink fluffy clouds supported by cherubs, but I know that the car got me to where I am. My grandfather, Jacob Joseph J.J. O'Rourke, was born in 1877 on a patch of a farm outside Lime City, Ohio. He was one of 10 kids. They grew up in a one-room, unpainted shack. I have a photograph of them lined up by age, staring at the photographer, amazed to see someone in shoes. My great-grandfather Barney was a woodcutter and a drunk and an illiterate. I have a copy of the marriage certificate with his ex. Barney's only accomplishment, aside from the 10 prizes he won on the corn shuck stuffing of the poor man's roulette wheel, was to train a pair of draft horses to haul him home dead drunk, flat on his back in his unsprung Democrat wagon. He died a pauper in a charity hospital run by the Little Sisters of the Poor. Grandpa Jake left home armed with a 5th-grade education, heading for the bright lights of Toledo. It's a short drive, as I remember from Grandpa taking me to see Lime City, but it's a damn long walk. Grandpa went to work as a mechanic for a buggy maker. When horseless buggies came along, he fixed them too. For the rest of his life, he called cars buggies. It didn't take him long to realize that cleaner hands were to be had and more money was to be made selling the things instead of repairing them. And my Uncle Arch's birthdate and my grandparents' wedding anniversary were a bit too close for comfort. The upshot, by the time I arrived in the 1940s, was O'Rourke Buick. Grandpa and Uncle Arch owned the dealership. My father was the sales manager. Dad's younger brother Joe ran the used car lot. Baby brother Jack was a salesman. Cousin Idie was in charge of the parts department. Various aunts and girl cousins worked in the office. The boy cousins and I got our first jobs cleaning and waxing cars. Shorty, the old black man in charge, told me, "Always leave some lint in the corners of the windows. That way they know you washed them." Arch's son-in-law, my cousin Hep, would go on to run the Ohio Car Dealers Association, and I would go on to do what I'm doing here. Which has something to do with cars, but there are times I wished I'd stayed in Toledo and starred in late-night local TV commercials. "Arg, mateys, sail on down to Pirate Pat's Treasure Island Buick, where prices walk the plank, and don't miss our pieces of V8 used car lot. Free chocolate doubloons for the kiddies." Grandpa died in 1960, full of years and honors, albeit honors from Rotary, Kiwanis, and Lions clubs, elk and moose lodges, and the Shriners, as befits a good car dealer. My family owes everything to the American car. What with the inability to read and write and no food and all, O'Rourke family history does not begin until the beginnings of the American car. Now some O'Rourkes have even gone to college. I take the demise of the American car personally. I'm looking around furiously for someone or something to blame. Ralph Nader, for instance. What fun it would be to jump on him with both feet and send the pink Marxist goo squirting out of his cracked egghead. And let's definitely do that, even though Ralph is 75 and insane. But it took more than one man and his ignorant and ill-written book, Unsafe at Any Speed, to wreck the most important industry in the nation. My high school girlfriend Connie had a Corvair. Connie was the worst driver in the world, and one of the fastest. If Connie couldn't get that rear engine swing axle set up to spin out and flip, nobody could.